because I want to get rid of the noise and get to the UFO, which is the signal, and if I can eliminate all this ash and trash stuff that's out there that's being misidentified, I'm going to learn more about the UFO. And that's what I'm hoping that we can do.
Great. Thank you. Thank you. I want to turn to you now, Steve Bassett, and then Kevin Wright for your comments, because I think beginning with you, Stephen, you're very clear that there's not only a both and going on, and in that sense, uh, really agreeing with Bertie and Chris and others, but that it's actually causative. That the escalating dangers that Danny was talking about geostrategically, and now specifically around the nuclear weapons proximity, um, is causing them to show up. I'd like to have you just deepen your sense of that, because that takes the interactivity to a very profound level. And I know, Chris, you're speaking to that point as well, because if that's true, then the fact that it's all happening means that A causes B, means that we humans need to understand that and take action to eliminate B or eliminate A so that we can get on with the relationship with B,
Right.
right? Steve Bassett, to comment, please. You have to need to unmute.
One thing that's not mentioned here, because it's sort of off to the side, as we move forward toward disclosure, we have to kind of keep this off to the side. Right, wrong, don't know, but that's the way it is, and that's contact. And the fact is that over these last 70 years, we've had repeated reports from contactees in writing. Hundreds of thousands have been sent to various researchers, which are filled with examples of which they're given messages in various ways from the ETs about the fact that we're headed towards some very untoward outcome here. Messages in their minds and so forth that stick with them the rest of their life. But then there's the school incursions, when they land near schools and they put these messages in the minds of children. That's part of the evidentiary matrix, but doesn't get talked about much. So it's the idea that they have a concern about where things are going, I think, is well established. And then there's the issue of this. We could have disclosed them. We could have disclosed this 74 years ago. They couldn't stop that, and we didn't. And so what I'm suggesting is this: their patience is finally up. All right. They've gone along with this. They've given us plenty of opportunity. We've chosen not to. Not just the United States, but all the other countries. And by the way, these incursions are now occurring in other countries. And if they're occurring in China or Russia, I can assure you they're not going to talk about it. So God knows how many, quote, ET vehicles of some kind, orbs, plasmas, whatever, are flying over wherever, right? I think their patience is up. And so the way they've decided to do this is we're just going to fly over places and keep doing it and keep doing it. Not like 52, but over and over again, until finally the people that run these countries just give up this truth embargo. All right. And what they're choosing to do is respond by sending up our own drones. At least we can send drones up there, kind of fly around, see what's going on. And we're seeing those, and we're seeing the ET. It's very confusing. But here's one thing we do know: they cannot shoot them down. They almost certainly know they're there. And we know that they're here. And so the big questions really are not what, but why. And disclosure is all about getting to the why. Why are they here? Why do they engage us? Why do they contact humans? Why do they abduct humans? Right? Why do they put crop circles down? Why have we maintained the truth embargo? All the whys are buried behind that embargo. And those are the things that are upsetting us. Those are the things that are putting us at risk of doing something really stupid. The truth embargo is now the biggest liability on this planet. Ending it is the most important thing we have to do. And those nuclear witness shutdown men those strategic air command officers have wanted to testify for 30 years. And the United States Air Force knows that that cannot happen, because when they testify, it is game over. And I can tell you as a fact that every single member of the Intelligence Committee of the Senate and the House Subcommittee of the Oversight Committee has got their affidavits in their offices. And one meeting has been held, another's in the works. They want another meeting, and those witnesses are going to sit down and take an oath and say, these craft have turned off our nuclear weapons a number of times. And then I want to see what the spokesperson for the White House and the Department of Defense has to say about that.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you. Chris,